Welcome back to Improve Your Rust Skills by Making an ECS Library. We're going to actually start coding in this episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure our Rust is fully updated and then initialize a project and get some Canary tests going just to, just get ourselves starting on a right foot. So to make sure we're running with the right version of Rust here, I have an empty folder where our project is going to go. Open up our terminal, and we're just going to do rust up update. And now I've run this previously, so I should only have like a nightly update to download here. If you don't have nightly toolchain installed, it will not continue installing that, and then it should be really fast. The update command will update every tool chain that can be updated. And then if you want to see which one is active, we can do rust up show. And that will show here that I have Rust 1.53 installed, and I'm using the stable x86 64 PC Windows MSVC as my active tool chain. All right, so with that set up, I want to actually set up a library in here, and then we're going to do some what we call like the Canary Test to make sure just everything is working and set up properly. So the way we set up a library project, Rust cargo init, because I already have this folder set up, I just want to create things in this folder itself. And --lib, otherwise it will create a binary project in here. So I run that. We created a library package. Here's the folders and the files that it's created for us. Now in source, we pretty much don't have anything. We just have this test. It's a Canary test on its own, but this is this is not an integration test for that. We can run this and it should work here. But what I want to do is set up a integration test section. So we're going to create a new folder in the root of the project, so outside of source, and we're going to name this tests. And inside of that, this is where we can put our integration tests. So let's create this. It's called like the canary.rs. Canary tests are thus named because way in the old days when we had coal miners, they would take a cage with a canary or multiple canaries down with them, because if there's any like problems, like a methane bubble was like popped or some other gases were released and you couldn't smell or tell that something was bad and starting to kill you, canaries would die before us humans would. So therefore you could always just look over, hey, is the canary still alive? Oh, it is? Okay, we're still good to go. However, you look over and the canary is not doing so well, it's time to evacuate out. So in here, a canary test is just a very simple test. It will tell us if things are working, because if it doesn't work, then we shouldn't continue coding because we have a problem. So to create like any tests we write in here are very similar to the tests we would find inside of here. So we're going to do test, and then we can just type this Canary Test. And now we just want to probably just assert something pretty simple here. So we're going to assert equal, use the assert equal macro, and let's just say like 5 is equal to 5. It doesn't really matter in this case. What are you upset about? Identical args. Oh yeah, let's do the same thing the other people. Do 2 + 3 is equal to 5. Identical args used. Okay, so macro is Clippy is not really happy with this. Let's we could just make these variables and then it should be happy. I found that like turning Clippy on and like just following all of its suggestions helps just be a better programmer in general. So let's do like first is equal to let's see, 5. Second is equal to 5. Now, can we do first and second here? There we go. Now it's happy. So I can run this test here, and this passes. I can also, in the root of the library, do a cargo test, and we'll see that it runs everything in Canary RS and tests. It also ran the tests that were in the main library here. So as we go through this, if we want to basically do something called double loop testing, which allows us to write an integration test, so test like the entire pathway, even before we write it, and then the unit test to support writing the code that then will make the integration test work, that will be fine. Now, something really nice, let's say we have a broken test here, and let's say we don't even have a second. We're trying to pull in something before it exists. This obviously will not compile, and we'll get this not found in scope. If we come back to here and we're running these tests, these still work. But I have to make sure that I am doing like cargo test and then giving it the name of the test, or in VS Code here, actually giving the name of the test won't work. I have to then click on this run test to isolate it from these tests that are broken. So that's something to keep in mind as while we're doing double loop testing. So with that, in the next video, we'll start actually implementing our ECS library, specifically getting into resources. I look forward to it, and I'll see you then.